Hey everyone, welcome back to MVP Rides. Today we are stepping into the world of pure American insanity, a place where engineering ambition meets fearless speed. This is the 2026 Hennessey Venom F5, a hypercar built not just to be fast, but to push the boundaries of what a road-legal machine can physically do. When you hear numbers like 1,800 horsepower, over 300 miles per hour of theoretical top speed, and aerodynamics that cut through the air like a fighter jet, you know this isn't a normal car review. This is a deep dive into a machine designed to chase world records and rewrite what we thought was possible from an American hypercar. The moment you stand in front of the Venom F5, you get this overwhelming feeling that every inch of it was sculpted with one mission: speed without compromise. The 2026 model has been slightly refined over the earlier versions, adding more stability, slightly revised airflow channels, and structural improvements that help the car remain planted even when the world outside becomes a blur. The front end is extremely low, almost touching the ground, with razor-sharp headlights that give it a predatory stare. The hood dips aggressively, guiding air upward and around the cockpit. The carbon fiber bodywork doesn't just look sleek. Every vent, every curve, every angle has a job to do. Walking along the side of the Venom F5, you can see how the car's proportions are dictated solely by performance. The wheel arches swell outward, wrapping around ultra-lightweight forged wheels wrapped in high-grip performance tires. The side air intakes are massive, feeding the monstrous twin-turbo V8 that sits behind the driver. You can almost feel the car breathing through those intakes even when it's parked. The length, stance, and posture of the car communicate a sense of forward motion even when standing still. It's long, wide, low, and unapologetically aggressive. When you reach the rear, the story becomes even more extreme. The back of the Venom F5 looks like the exit of a jet turbine tunnel. A single large exhaust sits at the center like a launched rocket, surrounded by exposed carbon fiber, turbulence-controlling fins, and an aerodynamic structure intended to keep everything stable at insane speeds. The taillights sit wide apart, emphasizing the car's stance and giving it a signature look at night. If the front of the car is the spear, the rear is the engine of destruction, showing off the engineering muscle behind one of the fastest cars ever created. But the Venom F5 isn't just about looking fast. It's about performing beyond expectations. Underneath its carbon skin lies the beating heart of the monster, a 6.6-liter twin-turbocharged V8 called Fury. The name isn't marketing. This engine produces around 1,817 horsepower and over 1,600 Nm of torque, making it one of the most powerful production car engines ever built. The moment you press the throttle, the car doesn't accelerate in a typical sense. It launches. The force is violent, almost surreal, like you're being pulled by gravity in the opposite direction. This is the kind of power that requires total respect from the driver, because the margin for error becomes razor thin when you enter hypercar territory. The performance numbers are mind-bending. 0 to 60 happens in well under 2 seconds. 0 to 200 miles per hour can occur in less time than it takes most cars to reach highway speeds. The Venom F5 is designed to break the 300 mph barrier, and in ideal conditions, the car feels like it's just beginning to breathe once it passes the 200 mph mark. The aerodynamics, power delivery, tire technology, and chassis rigidity all work together to keep the car composed even when reality around you begins to warp. Handling is another area where the Venom F5 surprises people. Most cars with this much power become difficult to control at the limit, but Hennessey engineered this machine to remain stable and predictable. The carbon fiber monocoque chassis is extremely stiff, keeping the car light but strong. The suspension tuning avoids unnecessary softness. Instead, it's calibrated for responsiveness and precision. On twisting roads or racetracks, the Venom F5 changes direction with incredible sharpness. It doesn't feel heavy. It feels alive, agile, almost telepathic. Every input, steering, throttle, braking, results in immediate action. Even braking becomes an experience of its own. The carbon ceramic brakes are enormous and engineered to withstand extreme heat. When you're driving a car capable of reaching aircraft-like speeds, stopping power becomes just as important as acceleration. Press the brake pedal at high speed, and the Venom F5 digs into the pavement with immense force, shedding speed with confidence and consistency. And then there's the sound. The 2026 Venom F5 delivers a soundtrack that is raw, mechanical, and ferocious. The twin turbos whistle sharply, the engine roars with deep intensity, and the exhaust crackles like thunder. At full throttle, the sound turns into a high-pitched, violent scream that reminds you this engine is pushing physics into dangerous territory. But while the exterior and performance are engineered for extreme speed, the interior offers a contrasting environment, minimalistic, focused, and surprisingly elegant. Step into the cabin and you're welcomed by a cockpit that feels more like a fighter jet than a road car. The seats are thin, lightweight, and wrapped in premium Alcantara and leather. They lock you in the perfect driving position, keeping you steady during hard acceleration and cornering. The steering wheel has a unique design, inspired by aircraft controls. It's compact, flat on both top and bottom, and filled with essential controls so that your hands never have to leave the wheel. The dashboard follows a purposeful design philosophy. There's no clutter, no unnecessary features, no distractions. A digital instrument cluster delivers all the crucial data you need: speed, boost pressure, engine temperature, gear position, but everything is laid out in a clean, easy-to-read format. The center console is slim, with just the controls you absolutely need. Hennessey understands that when you're behind the wheel of a car capable of surpassing 300 miles per hour, simplicity becomes safety. Materials throughout the cabin feel expensive, lightweight, and functional. Carbon fiber is everywhere: doors, dashboard, console, and lower panels. Alcantara lines key touchpoints, adding grip and luxury. Even the pedals and switches have a meticulously machined, high-performance feel. There's no sense of excess. Everything has a purpose. This is a cockpit designed for speed. Even so, the Venom F5 doesn't ignore comfort entirely. The seats offer excellent support for longer drives, the cabin insulation reduces unnecessary noise, and the climate control maintains a pleasant interior atmosphere even when the engine behind you is producing massive heat. The infotainment system keeps things simple but functional, offering navigation, connectivity, and media options without flooding the interface with features you'll never use in a hypercar. One of the most impressive aspects of the 2026 Venom F5 is how Hennessey blends old-school mechanical brutality with modern engineering intelligence. The car isn't overloaded with electronic driving aids. It gives the driver a raw connection to the machine, letting you feel the road, the grip, the forces, and the tension through every movement. Yet behind the scenes, advanced engineering ensures everything remains safe, predictable, and stable. It's a perfect balance between analog thrill and digital precision. Driving the Venom F5 isn't just an experience, it's a moment you never forget. The car demands your respect, your attention, and your focus. But if you're willing to give it that, it rewards you with a level of excitement and adrenaline unmatched by almost any other road-legal vehicle on the planet. This is a car built for people who love speed not as a number, but as a feeling. Every drive becomes a story. Every acceleration becomes a memory. Every curve becomes a test of your skill in the car's engineering. The 2026 model year brings small refinements that add up to a more stable, more confidence-inspiring machine. The improvements in aerodynamics and cooling help unlock more consistent performance. The upgraded electronics offer smoother power delivery. The structural tweaks enhance rigidity without adding weight. It's still the Venom F5 we know: brutal, fast, unforgiving. But now it's more mature, more refined, and even more capable of hitting its legendary targets. When you stand back and look at the Venom F5, you can't help but admire what it represents. This isn't a car made to please everyone. It's made to achieve greatness. It's made for enthusiasts who want a car that's more powerful than their imagination, faster than their expectations, and bolder than their instincts. It's a symbol of what American engineering can accomplish when limits are ignored and ambition is the only guide. The 2026 Hennessey Venom F5 remains one of the most extreme machines ever built. Whether you're drawn to its insane power, its sharp exterior design, its refined interior, or its unmatched performance potential, this car delivers a complete hypercar experience. It's rare, expensive, intimidating, and unforgettable. And for those lucky enough to drive it, it becomes more than just a car, it becomes a chapter in their life's story. Thanks for watching MVP Rides. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2026 Hennessey Venom F5, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more incredible machine reviews just like this. Your support keeps us bringing the fastest, strongest, and most extreme vehicles straight to your screen. See you in the next one.